The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. BSF in the building. I am Young World in the building, my guy.
How you feeling, man?
How you feeling, brother?
I feel great.
Happy to have you.
Blessed. I'm happy to be here, man.
How'd you get your name? Because that's it is, you know, a mouthful to say.
Yeah.
I am Young World. But it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
like together. Like when I first looked it up, I put the spaces in, but then I was like, oh wait, no, this ain't right. I gotta put it all together
Yeah.
for that.
Nah, it is. It is. So originally, I was working with who's not my mentor. His name is Kid Cole.
Okay.
And that's when I first started doing music. I was like mad young.
Okay.
And the first time I went to his studio, my dad introduced me to him, and he just kept being like, yo, what up, Young World? Young World, what up? And I'm like, at the time, I didn't know nothing about Slick Rick or anything like that because I was like not hip to the game. So I remember one time I was in the studio recording my album. I had to be like 12, 13 years old, and he was saying it still. And I remember one time he paused the music, and he like, Young World, that ain't how you do that. He was like trying to coach me through a vocal how I was doing. And I'm like, bro, why you keep calling me that? Like, I don't even know. That's not my name. My name is Lil C. He's like, you know, Lil C ain't it. So really, after he told me that, we had a little conversation. And I started to realize that my lyrical content was like geared towards the youth, you know, being an inspiring leader in our generation. And that's really what I want to talk about. That's how I wanted to brand myself. So the name Young World just stuck. So it was Young World. Then I found out there's another artist with that name that is the complete opposite of my brand. And I was like, yeah, I'm Young World. That's Young World, but I'm Young World.
I was also gonna say, like, why wasn't it just like Young World?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was another artist, and it was just complete opposite of the brand. So you were just like, I am Young World.
Yeah, I'm Young World. Because when you go to type in Young World, his stuff would pop up.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, at first, because I didn't even know that, some people put me on game, and they was like, yo, you know, that's not you. There's another artist named Young World. I'm like, no way. And I went and looked it up, and I'm like, yo, this man, I'm Young World. That's not Young World. I'm Young World. And I was like, bet that's gonna be the whole name. So I put it together, capital letters, to just make it look aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
You know?
So you've been doing music since you were 12.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing music before that. Like I started making music when I was like 9, 10 years old.
Okay.
I was grounded because I was messing up in school.
Okay. Well.
And Pops he had a friend that used to have like mad old music equipment. And so one day I couldn't play the game, couldn't go outside, none of that because I was grounded. And he was like, yo, I got some of this equipment from one of my friends. Mess around with that, he just tossed it. So it was like an old beat machine from like the 90s. And I figured out how to use it. And like within the next 2 nights, I just deleted everything on there and found out how to make beats on it, start programming drums. And I'm like, yeah, I love this. And I was writing poetry at the time. So now I got, you know, fake beats, mix it with the poetry, you got songs. And then from there, once my parents seen that I had an interest in it, they were like, okay, we're gonna take you to the studio. And that's when my dad brought me to meet Kid Cole because they used to know each other back in the day. And he was like, him and DJ Shay were like the top dogs of Buffalo. Like they're like the pioneers of like the music industry there, especially in the hip hop scene.
Yep.
They used to be, you know, on the ones and twos. Back when DJing and everything was like popular, they were the guys, you know. And, you know, Kid Cole started doing his engineering thing. He was working for Def Jam for like years, way before I was ever even thought of. But, you know, so that became my mentor and everything. And since then, I've just been recording. So I probably made my first recording when I was like 12, 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
And just been, but it's been a passion of mine and a pursuit for a career for it since I was literally like 9, 10 years old. Started in church. I play instruments and everything like that. Went to school for music and everything. Yeah.
And then now we're just here now.
Yeah.
So your pops has really been there with you every step of the way. Like even before this, your pops is on the phone with you.
Yeah. My pops is my #1 fan for real. My pops call me like every hour or so. Yo, what you doing? Because actually, we was in a meeting before this, and he had called me. I'm like, yo, I got to hop in the Uber real quick. Got to be somewhere. He was like, all right. Forgot to call him when I got in the Uber. Just now, he called me right now. He's like, yo, that was the longest Uber ride I ever heard of. What you doing? So, you know, he's always on it. He's making sure I'm on top of my game, you know, always giving me pointers. He's not in the music at all, but, you know, he's an entrepreneur. He has a lot of game that he gives, a lot of wisdom. So, you know, him and my mom, they're both entrepreneurs, so I got that entrepreneurial spirit in me.
From them?
From them, yeah.
So where are you originally from then?
I'm originally from Buffalo.
Okay, you're originally from Buffalo.
Yeah.
But you spent some time in like other places too, right? Like,
Yeah.
You went to school with my boy Mod.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you grew up in Buffalo?
Yeah.
From Buffalo, still live in Buffalo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was born in Atlantic City, New Jersey, but that was an accident. Well, I wasn't born by accident. but I was premature. My parents were on vacation at the time.
Oh, word, wow.
So like I came like mad early. And it's actually a cool story. that I always say, like, you know, there's a purpose as to why I'm here. And, you know, in the position that I'm in, I've always been blessed and, like, you know, extraordinary since the very beginning.
Right.
But I was premature. My mom was in a casino playing the slots.
I'm
And
crying.
water broke.
Not in the casino.
She hit the lottery that night.
I like that. Oh,
You know what
that's
I'm
a good
saying?
one. I like
You know what
that.
I'm
I
saying?
like that. That's good.
So yeah, so here came me.
How early, if you don't mind me asking?
I think at least like a month. I'm not sure
Wow.
how early that, like, if that really is like a large space of time, but like,
I feel like a month is like super early.
because I was supposed to be born in September.
Okay.
I was born August 9th. So that
No
beginning
way,
of
we got
August.
the same birthday.
For real, bro? My guy.
Oh man.
You know we share a birthday with Whitney Houston too.
Yes, we do. We definitely
Yeah.
do.
Legends, man.
Real Leos.
Yeah, for real.
August
Definitely.
Leos.
But you know, do you feel like you're a true Leo though?
You want me to answer that?
No. No?
You're the laugh in the back, right?
Yeah, I want to say.
Do you feel like you're a true Leo?
What people say Leos are like, I feel like I'm not.
Mm.
I feel like I'm confident.
That's
though.
what we have to say, though.
But it's unfair though, because it's like a setup for failure. They be like, "Oh, are you a true Leo?" You be like, "Nah." But the minute you say something confident about yourself, they're like, "See, I told you."
Right.
So
You do one little toxic thing, and then you're a real Leo.
I think
was like,
people-
I did it by accident. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I think people take our confidence as arrogance. I don't really think it's us, but I guess that's a Leo thing to
That's
say.
a Leo thing to say, too.
Like,
But then
just-
we don't win either way.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lose-lose. Like, it's a setup.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty calm, cool, and collected. I'm not really like an arrogant person. I'm very humble.
Yeah.
I'm not really like one of those attention-seeking people. Like, I'm really actually pretty shy.
Right.
It's just like when the music cut on, I turn into a different person, it seems like. But like Curtis or Kirby, I'm very soft-spoken. I'm very quiet, you know, kind of fly on the wall type of guy. But like when the music comes on, it's like that's where I come out of my shell. Like I could be performing in front of 1 million people and feel completely comfortable and in my good
world,
environment.
yeah.
But like when it comes to like one-on-one conversations, like I could see you in the street and be like, yeah, I'm not speaking. I could be in a room full of people I don't know, or just like first time ever around them, and it's like this guy doesn't really speak much. But it's the opposite when I'm on stage. I don't know. I don't get that part. But
Interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like when the cameras come on. I mean, I'm pretty talkative off the camera, but I feel like when the cameras come on, I'm definitely different. I don't know. I'm just comfortable in front of the cameras.
it's your element. I feel like.
Yeah, like
when-
rapping's your element.
Yeah, like I feel like when you doing what you love, it's just
Yeah.
kind of like it just comes out. You can't really help it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I've always been the type of person where like I speak when it's like valuable, when it's important to say something. I got something to say.
Right.
That's when I want to talk. But like otherwise, I'm pretty quiet.
Leo shit.
Yeah.
John, what were they saying about Leos at the bar the other night? Do you remember? I was arguing with some lovely women at the bar the other night about Leos.
What'd they say?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember the conversation. There was too much tequila. But but like every time somebody starts saying some shit about Leos, I
Yeah.
definitely get. I mean, naturally you get defensive because you like,
That's a fact.
I ain't do nothing to you.
That's a fact.
Your past experiences with other Leos shouldn't determine how you feel about me off the rip because you don't even know who I am.
Exactly.
Even if I am like that, you don't know.
That's
that.
a fact, though. I just don't like that you making that
Yeah,
assumption.
I don't like that
though.
you making that assumption about me. Like, if I'm like that, you gonna find out. But
Right,
if I'm not like
exactly.
that, why? But like, then you wouldn't know. So why are you assuming things about Leos is because off my sign? That's stupid shit.
Yeah, but like I
just be
said,
chilling.
it's a lose-lose because the minute you be like, I'm not like that, or why you think that? See, this is what I'm talking about. Everything got to be about you.
Right.
It's like, no, it's not. Like, what? You were
Right.
just talking about me. How is it not?
How would it not be about me? Or like somebody like, or I'll think I hear somebody say my name. I'll be like, yeah. I'll be like, what? They'll be like, nah, everything's about you. And I'm like, yo, I just heard you. Thought I heard you say my name.
Yo, that's
Y'all said some
hilarious.
other shit. I'm sorry, my fault. I just thought I heard Gabe. Like, what's?
Yeah. Nah, people definitely set you up for failure, though. I mean, even with the music stuff, like I don't really even mention that I do music a lot of times.
Why?
I just don't be feeling the need to say it.
Okay.
You know, like I feel like it's a part of me, but it's not. It doesn't define me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so much more than just like a talent. You know, like that's not the only thing. Some people, it's like music the only thing they got, or it's like that's their entire existence. It's like this musician. But to me, it's like I'm just a regular person that just happens to be good at making music.
Yeah,
You know,
facts.
that's my way of expressing myself. Like we were just having a conversation earlier. Like the way I always think of people, like everybody's just a regular person, right? That sounds cliche, but at the end of the day, if you break it down, like LeBron James as a person, himself, his personality is one thing, but the only thing that makes him different or like the LeBron James, like this icon, is because he's good at basketball. But if you take basketball away, he's just a regular guy. He would still be just as great of a person, you know. but people wouldn't think of him that highly if he wasn't playing basketball. I feel like, and it's just like that doesn't make me different just because I'm good at music. I don't feel like I need to say that every time I'm having a conversation, or everybody needs to know that I'm an artist. It's like I'm more of like a if you know, you know type of guy with everything that I do, even.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel that. Yeah, that makes sense. So you recently got with, well, you're technically, I feel like you're the youngest person on BSF, right?
Facts, yeah.
Youngest person on BSF.
Yeah, for
How long
sure.
you been with BSF now?
This is 3 years now.
3 years, okay.
Yeah.
So how do you and Benny first meet?
So I used to own a recording studio back in Buffalo.
Oh, for real? Okay.
And that's where, you know, I would speak to touch on the entrepreneurship that I got from my parents. You know, they instilled in me early on, like, invest in what you believe in.
And
that
you're
was
doing a
some-
lot of producing too.
Yeah.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, engineering and everything, Kate Colbin, my manager, he showed me the ropes, so I opened up a studio. And one day, a friend of mine, he's a video director.
Okay.
Shout out to DZ, by the way. He called me, he's like, yo, Conway wants to shoot a video, and he needs, like, this warehouse aesthetic, and that's what my studio had. So he's like, yo, can we shoot the video there? I'm like, sure. So when he pulled up, you know, I'm just playing music for the ambiance, not really even to like, you know, yo, this is my music. I wasn't even trying to be on that type of time. But City Boy was there. City Boy is Benny's right-hand man. And he's like, yo, who music is this? He's asking around. They're like, yo, it's world music. And he's like, who's world? And then I got introduced to him. He said, this is music? Yeah. He's like, it's your studio too? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, so you really, and I was probably like maybe 20, 21 at the time. So it's like, you know, I'm young, you know, I got my stuff together, you know, I'm doing my thing with the studio and everything. And he was like, yo, I like your sound, I like your look and your hustle. So I want to, you know, I want to work with you. And for some time, we were saying I was signed before I was actually even signed, you know, because that's just, that's just the vibe that BSF has. It's like a family vibe. Like once you're part of the squad, it's like a, you know, take you under the wing type of like show you the ropes kind of thing. So we ended up going on tour, and he flew me out to Orlando, City Boy did, and that's where I first met Benny at. I didn't even know Benny before, so it was like a couple months before I actually met Benny, you know. But then I got to see like, you know, how it was. At the time, I didn't even know Benny was like at the level that he was at. Like, of course, I'm from Buffalo, so I knew who Benny was, but you know, the crowd that I hang around, you know, my type of vibe is not really like the same as theirs. So we didn't really cross paths at all for me to really know what was going on like that.
Yeah.
So my first time really seeing it was when we went to Orlando on that tour, the first show.
Oh,
and
wow,
I got to see, I was like, oh, wow, this is guy from Buffalo, same place I'm from, that's really doing it. And I saw like real fans that are coming here to see this, man. And I'm like, yo, it was just like another level of inspiration. It was crazy.
That's fire.
Yeah.
And then now we BSF.
Yeah, definitely big BSF now.
Big BSF.
You know what I'm saying?
So Blue Deluxe is out now.
Mm-hmm.
What you working on currently?
Currently, I'm working on a project for April. I'm gonna say that. We're gonna put that on record.
Tentatively.
Yeah. So we're gonna put that on record. April, my next project. Everything that I do with my projects are always like they have some type of initiative behind it, some type of like bigger picture.
Okay.
You know, I incorporate mental health. I incorporate autism awareness. My little brother's autistic. You know, he's a big influence, a big inspiration for, you know, just life in general. So the next album is definitely going to be geared towards that. You know, collaborating with a lot of, I would say, eco-friendly, you know, natural brands that are good for the environment, good for the earth, because I'm world. So, you know what I'm
I see
saying?
what you did there, yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
So definitely expanding the brand more, stepping out, you know, expanding the boundaries into areas that music typically doesn't really get to touch a lot. But I always say everybody loves music. There's music involved in everything. So why not, you know, go to those different areas and explore?
Right. So what is this album called?
I don't even got a title for it yet.
But it's gonna be something expanded on the brand and shit.
Yeah, not definitely. And
like
it's gonna be some different vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna have a little bit of flavor. Blue did too though. Blue had like, you know, got your rap and then it transitions to your R&B's, to your you know, I would say trap, but like pop records and everything like that too. It's gonna be a little bit of the same on this. I'm doing all the production as well. You know, maybe get some bigger features on there and things like that. But definitely just it's about taking it to the next level, taking it to the next step, you know, and heightening my career.
Word, man. Well, I'm excited for that.
Appreciate that.
So you got that. Anything else coming up this year that you currently working on?
Yeah, man. Really, I want to hit the road.
Okay.
I want to get out and see the world, you know, and just get different experiences, life experiences, because that always influences the music and makes you a better artist.
Of course.
But also just getting in front of everybody that needs to, you know, hear about me and see my face, put a name to the face or a face to the name, and just being around more. I know last year after I put out the Blue album, I kind of went in a tuck a little bit, like, cause I really feel like I needed like a moment to like adjust or to like reevaluate where my career was headed, like a direction, find a clear vision. And sometimes it's important to take a step back, you know, take everything for what it is, take apart what you need, and reassemble it back the correct way. And so, you know, I did a lot of soul searching, a lot of work inside, mentally, you know, physically, to just be prepared for the next level. So I think right now it's about that time to really take it there. So that's what this year is about for me, is just progress, growth, and just intention. You feel what I'm saying? Like, intention is super, super important for me.
Word, man.
Having a purpose to everything that we do.
Well, you gonna have that.
Yeah.
And you gonna kill it.
Nah, for sure, for sure.
We're gonna get a tour this year. We're gonna get everything that you're setting out to do, everything that you're manifesting is gonna happen.
That's a fact. We're gonna speak that. We definitely gonna speak that. And you know, some things in the works for it already. But like I said, man, I just want to be a positive influence. I want to be an inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Like, also bringing awareness to things that aren't really talked about in the music space. I feel like a lot of artists are we don't really talk about being a regular person, or like a normal person, I should say. Like, people have like this idea of like, oh, you gotta be a certain way when you're an artist and where you're in the spotlight and things like that. But honestly, I mean, we all people, like I said. I just happen to be good at making music. That's just the way I express myself.
Right.
You know, one of many ways I express myself, even producing. So I want to do projects with other artists where I produce the whole thing, executive produce it, you know, give them direction and things like that. Where it might be a major artist, it might be some up and coming artists like myself and things like that. But you know, why not? You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist, but I'm also a producer. I'm also a songwriter. So like tapping into those worlds as well.
Word, man. Well, new project out hopefully in April by the time y'all seeing this.
Yeah, for sure.
Tour on the way. Freestyle out now, so make sure you go run that up. Go check that out.
Facts.
Before you get out of here, anything else you want to let the people know, where they can follow you at, all that good stuff? Now is the time to do it. This camera right here.
This camera right here?
Yes, sir.
First, I want to say, make sure y'all recycling.
Yeah.
For real. Make sure y'all recycling, man. It's a lot of things going on this earth that we need to take care of. The turtles need our help. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, just stay tuned for more music. Stay tuned for more content. I'm really going to take a stand and be where I'm at in my career. It's an opportunity for me to really show people the insight that a lot of artists don't get to get. You usually get like vlogs and documentaries and things like that from people who already made it, and then you start to see kind of like breaking down how they got there and things like that. Yeah. But like, I'm in the process of that right now, so I want to give that to y'all while we doing it. So stay tuned for that. Be prepared to get y'all tickets as soon as they go on sale, because we gonna take the world by storm. You know, fire music coming, fire content coming. Fire everything coming, man.
Everything coming. IMYOUNGWORLD on the way.
Yes, sir.
New project is on the way. So make sure you go follow him. Go run up Blue out now. Go run up the new project when it's out. Hopefully by the time y'all seeing this, there's no name for it when we're recording this, but it should be out soon. Make sure you go follow him. Go, like I said, run up everything he has. Go show him some love. Go show him support. Freestyle now. Love is free. Sports free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time, I'm Young World on the radar. Buffalo in the building. We out. Pow, my guy.
Yes, sir.